What's up? This is Alex Chu, coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about. How my rings help me enjoy incest porn. Okay, hold on, turn on the lights here. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. For example, I'm already 50, right? In half a year, I'll be 51. I still look pretty young. I still sound very young, right? My voice never really changed. If you look at my belly, it's really smooth and thin. I have like 28 inch or 29-inch waist, and that has never changed ever since I was 19 year old. So I've been 28 or 29 inches for 30 some years. Imagine that, okay? And if you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of Amazon customer reviews. Most of them give me 4 stars, 5 stars. So you want to stay physically young, you want to look like me when you're 50, livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. Um, you know, I it's not like I want to talk about incest porn. It's not that, okay? It's just that if I talk about politics, for example, I always talk about, ooh, Kamala Harris and Biden, they're fucking up. They leave the border wide open. But the problem is, nobody wants to watch that shit. Nobody wants to watch that. My rating, I mean my viewing, I mean the clicks, right? It's very, very low when I talk about politics. I get 100 clicks or 200 clicks tops, But then when I talk about stuff like incest porn, suddenly I get like 500 or 600 clicks, within a few days, So, duh, I mean, I do want to promote my rings. I mean, I do want to make a video that people are watching, So, okay, let's talk about incest porn, I hope people enjoy this, at least a little more enjoyable, We're not talking about politics, nothing heavy. But my rings, yeah, it helps me watch incest. It helps me enjoy incest porn. Okay, the reason is because when you're watching incest porn, right? See, the woman cannot. See, the problem with incest porn is that you know, you want older women to be your mom, right? So the mom has to be around 40-year old. If you choose a woman that's too young, too sexy and too young, like 24-year old, 25-year old, very sexy, very nice skin, then it's not realistic. She's not even a MILF. She's not even 30, and it's unrealistic, especially for viewers, okay, for audiences that are, middle age. Like me, I'm 50-year old, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I look at this woman, she's 24, 25, very pretty, blonde, and very thin. Man, fuck this bitch. She can't be my mom, right? It's unrealistic, But the problem with incest porn is that you can't. It's difficult to find women. It's difficult to find women that are beautiful and sexy. And also look a little older. And I'm talking about it's when the women reach 40, right? Usually when women reach 40, they already look like shit. They have a pot belly, and then they gain. How a lot of women, a lot of men and women, when they're 40-year old, when they're 35 or 40, when they shake their arms, and then you can see a whole chunk of meat, like just lacking, just hanging around there. See, I'm 50-year old. I don't have that. See, I can shake my arm. You don't see no chunk of meat hanging or anything. Look at that. You don't see no chunk of meat or anything. So a lot of 40-year-old women, when they do this, you could already see, like meat hanging here. It's gross. So, but then because it's porn, you cannot just choose any 40-year-old. If you choose any 40-year-old, then the woman it's gross. She's not even sexy. She's sort of chubby, and viewers would lose interest, right? But then when you want a prettier woman who's 40, that's very difficult to find. So they have to hire models that's 29 or 30 to be your mom, you know? And yeah, it's especially if you're, imagine if you're my age, you're 50-year-old, you're watching this shit, right? What the hell? It's a 29-year-old mom. It's a 29-year-old mother. That's I mean, that's not realistic, you know. But luckily I have the rings on, right? No, because I luckily because I wear the rings. Although I'm 50, I mean, every day I look in the mirror and I sort of feel that I look in the mirror, I don't look 50, you know. I think of myself as only 25 or something, 25, 26 tops, you know. So it does help a little bit. I could try to imagine, okay, this woman, you know, she's very pretty. She looked like 30-year-old or 29 or 30. She could be 29. She could be 30, you know. But hey, I could try to imagine myself being her teenage son or something, you know. So the ring sort of does help. You understand? It does, because you could imagine if I am a real 50-year-old. If I am 50, but if I am a 50-year-old man without the rings, I would look very, very old. And if I see a beautiful 29-year-old mom, it just doesn't make sense anymore. You understand? It just doesn't make sense, and I won't be able to enjoy watching it. Same thing with the daddy video. You know, the incest porn with daddy videos. You know, like the daughter and daddy relationship. If I don't know if uh, I think daughter one would be easier for older men. You know, for if I'm a 50-year-old man who doesn't wear my rings, then I would look very old. Then daughter one doesn't matter. You know, as long as the daughter is, you know, the daughter could be anywhere from 18 to 22, 23, I guess, you know. But usually the actress that act as daughters, they have to be teens. They have to be like 18 or 19-year old, you know. They can't be any older. Any older, it's just sort of fake, you know. Um, I think my rings, if it will help the most with sister video, because usually these sister video, the sisters look very young. You know, they look like teenagers. They look like, although all the actresses are 18-year-old and over, right? They try to pretend. They try to portray a child. You know, they try to portray somebody who still go to school. You know what I'm talking about. They try to portray, you know, the the sister to be a very young girl. You know, portray, oh, she still go to school and stuff like that. And then you are the brother. You are her stepbrother or real brother or whatever, right? And you could imagine, if I don't have the rings, I'm 50. How could this be? You know, she's my sister, but then she's so young. I mean, she looked more like my daughter, right? It doesn't make sense anymore, you know. So the rings sort of does help me enjoy these incest porn. You know, I mean, without the rings, it will kind of suck. You know, I won't be able to watch the mother video thing. I won't be able to watch the sister video thing. I don't like the sister video thing that much, anyways. I don't know why. When I watch incest porn, I usually just watch the mother one. I like the mother one the most. The daughter one, like if I ran out of videos, I might switch to the daughter one once in a while. You know, sister ones, I don't. I usually don't like the sister ones. Well, maybe it's because I do have a half sister, but she was so much younger than me. She was like 15 years younger than me, you know. And then she's also very cold, you know. I mean, I can't blame her. I mean, you know, I mean, she was my half sister from a different mother, you know. So I never speak to her, so I'm not familiar with the sister one. So I don't like the sister one that much. Daughter one, I don't have a daughter either. I don't have a daughter, but I could try to imagine myself having a daughter because I don't have a daughter. I really, so that's the reason why I like the mother one the most, I guess. I like the mother ones the most because my mom left me when I was only 4. I do have stepmothers, you know. My third stepmother, oh, yeah, she's very sexy, very gorgeous, nice body and everything, you know. She left my dad though, and then my fourth stepmother, she was also very pretty. She was a pretty girl. So I like the stepmother video the most, you know. Well, whatever, the mother video the most, you know. Um, and then if I ran out of ideas, I would watch daughter video, you know. And then if I really, really have nothing to do, I try to watch sister ones. But so far, I haven't seen, I didn't find any good sister ones. Or maybe I just don't, I'm just not into sister ones, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just saying that, hey, you know, the rings help a lot, you know. Without the rings, I don't know how I can enjoy the mother one because I would look too old. I look in a mirror, fuck, I look like an old man, you know. And then there are these all these hot mothers. They look like they're only 30 or you know it's 40, you know, tops. These porn stars, you know, when they reach 40, they look really really old. You know, a lot of these porn stars when they're 40-year old, they look really really old. You know, and they just have to get out of the industry. So you could imagine if I look old, right? I don't know how I can enjoy the mother video because it becomes unrealistic, you know. I guess I just have to. I guess for older man, if you're an old man without the rings, you just have to watch the daughter ones. Ooh, daughter ones. You just have to watch the daughter ones. Yeah, or the sister one also doesn't make sense. Can you imagine if you're an old man, if you're old, you know, especially if you gain weight or lose your hair, you know, how can you watch the sister one? The sister one, you got to be a teenager. You got to be, well, you have to pretend that you're a teenager because your sister is a teenager, right? She still go to school, and you cannot be too much older than her. You cannot be like 5 or 6 years older than her, right? You got to be like 2 or 3 years older than her. So teenager one, I mean the sister one, you gotta be a young man to watch that, you know. So I don't see how if you're an old man without my rings, I don't know. I don't see how you can enjoy the sister one, you know. And the mother one is almost fucking impossible, man. Was this, you know, especially these porn stars, you know, 35-year-old, you know, mother. I mean, damn, how if you're an old man, how do you watch that shit, you know? So for I guess for old man, the only the daughter ones are available, you know. But yeah, I guess that's what I want to say for today. If you're an old man and you also like porn, you know, you also like these incest porn, hey, you gotta buy my rings, man. Serious, man. You gotta you gotta buy my rings, man. Okay, if you enjoy my video, please subscribe. Thank you.